Hello BBN. Kentucky remains in a good position when it comes to Jason Crowe Jr. Will the California point guard land in the Cats? If it depends on Pope and his great relationship with Jason Hart, for sure, let's get to the news. The ball of the moment is Jason Crowe Jr., a point guard who emerges as one of the brightest jewels of the 2026 class. With 5 stars in the main evaluation services, and a solid ranking as the 3rd best point guard in the country by 247 Sports, Crowe is far from being just another name on the list of prospects. He is a concrete promise, a fast-paced engine that already demonstrates maturity and decision-making ability beyond his years. The average of 23 points per game in the Nike EYBL circuit during the spring and summer was no coincidence. Crowe Jr. has been a true spectacle on the court, combining refined technical skills with a competitive mindset that few players of his generation can display. His speed, accuracy, and game intelligence have caught the attention of scouts and coaches, but it is his natural confidence that seems to shape his unique style. It is no wonder that giant programs such as Alabama, Baylor, Texas, and USC are in the running for his services. However, Kentucky, with Pope, seems to be in a privileged position in this regard. And here comes a key differentiator: human connections. The long-standing relationship between Jason Crowe Sr. and Jason Hart, assistant coach of the Wildcats, is a factor that cannot be underestimated. The friendship that began in the hallways of Inglewood High School and has spanned decades is now reflected in the closeness between Hart and Jason Jr. This special bond creates an environment of mutual trust, something that Crowe himself acknowledged in an interview with the KSR portal. "When you know people who are there, and you know how they move, they are just there to help you," he said. This statement reveals more than simple appreciation. It shows how meticulous and strategic the behind-the-scenes work, led by Pope, and his staff has been since taking over the program. Mark Pope has demonstrated a remarkable ability to build bridges with young talent. He not only understands the game, but also understands the nuances of modern recruiting, a process that goes far beyond statistics and video highlights. Pope's direct involvement with the USA Basketball U19 training camp, where he had the opportunity to work with Crowe Jr., was a crucial step in this direction. The experience gave the coach a hands-on look at the point guard's potential, while also giving Crowe a taste of what it would be like to play under Pope's tutelage. This exchange of knowledge and trust further strengthened the bond between player and program. Additionally, it is impossible to overlook the importance of the time Pope spent in one-on-one conversations with Crowe in Colorado. In a world where face-to-face contact is often replaced by text messages and phone calls, the Wildcats coach's direct and genuine approach stands out. He's not just selling a program or a university, he's building a narrative about growth, development, and legacy. For a player like Crowe Jr., who's looking for a place where he can shine without being pigeonholed into a specific role, that message resonates deeply. The interest from programs like Alabama, Baylor, and Texas is understandable. They all want a versatile point guard, someone who can create plays, score when needed, and lead on and off the court. But Kentucky has an additional advantage: the promise of a full-time integration into the system. Under Pope, the Wildcats have sought not just players but leaders. And Crowe Jr., with his tireless work ethic and magnetic personality, seems like a perfect fit for that philosophy. The next few weeks and months will be crucial in Crowe's decision-making process. He plans to take an official visit to Kentucky, an opportunity to experience the Lexington atmosphere firsthand and see how the program can help him. If their work so far is any indication, Pope and his staff have a good chance of winning over the young point guard. It's about human connection, strategic vision, and building a bright future. Mark Pope has shown that Kentucky is not just competing in the present, but also preparing to dominate the future. Let's keep moving forward. And the player who could be the cherry on top could land at Kentucky football. Every season, college football presents us with stories that transcend the grassy fields and become narratives of overcoming, strategy, and building legacies. In the case of the Kentucky Wildcats, the program's recent trajectory under Mark Stoops has been a living example of how patience, vision, and hard work can transform a once underrated team into a respectable force on the national stage. And now, amid the relentless search for talent that can continue to build the foundations of this project, a new page seems to be about to be written. Matt Ponitaskki, the 4-star quarterback from Cincinnati, emerges as more than just a promising prospect. He could be the next chapter in this rise. The predictions of recruiting experts, always meticulous in their analysis, point to an exciting scenario, with a 60% chance of signing with Kentucky. According to On3's Steve Wiltfong and KSR's Adam Luckett, Ponitaskki is emerging as a central figure in the Wildcats' future ambitions. His official visit to the Lexington campus on June 16 appeared to be a turning point. It was not only an opportunity for the young quarterback to tour the facilities and talk to the coaching staff, but also a moment of deep connection with the program's philosophy. What Ponitaskki saw there could very well define his future, and the future of Kentucky football. What makes this potential signing even more intriguing is Ponitaskki's uniqueness as an athlete. He's not only an elite quarterback, but someone whose versatility puts him in a class of his own. With plans to play both football and baseball at the highest level, his choice for Kentucky makes perfect sense. The program, under Stoops' leadership, has demonstrated a unique understanding of the importance of embracing multi-sport athletes, giving them the flexibility they need to thrive in different arenas. Not only does this approach attract talent, like Ponitaskki, it also reflects a progressive mindset that few programs can match. Furthermore, the current national recruiting climate adds layers of significance to the situation. While giants like Alabama and Oregon have already locked up their quarterbacks for upcoming classes, Kentucky finds itself in a unique position. Without the pressure of directly competing against such powerhouses for the same group of players, the Wildcats have room to focus their efforts on specific targets. Like Ponitaskki, this demonstrates a strategic intelligence that has become a hallmark of the Kentucky football department in recent years. If the prediction comes true and Ponitaskki opts for the Wildcats, his arrival will represent more than just a technical or physical addition. He will bring with him a set of attributes that make him an ideal fit for Bush Handon's offensive scheme. His strong arm, surgical precision, and athleticism are traits that align perfectly with the dynamic and modern identity that Kentucky seeks to impose on the field. Furthermore, his intelligence on the game, often described as a high football IQ, suggests that he will be not just a player, but a leader, capable of guiding an offense with vision and maturity. It's impossible to talk about Ponitaskki without mentioning his origins in Ohio. A state traditionally dominated by programs like Ohio State, the idea that Kentucky could attract one of the best quarterbacks from that state is a remarkable feat in itself. It reflects not only the growth of the program, but also its ability to position itself as a viable alternative for athletes looking for something beyond the obvious. In a sport where geography and tradition often dictate choices, seeing an Ohio player choose to wear Kentucky blue and white would be a clear sign that the program is changing the game. There is something deeply symbolic about Matt Ponitaskki's potential arrival. It represents the convergence of Kentucky football's past and future. It is the culmination of years of hard work. From the days when Mark Stoops began rebuilding the program's foundation to the present, when the Wildcats are ready to take the next leap. Ponitaskki, with his versatility, ambition, and talent, is he a guy everyone is waiting for to arrive? Comment.